Namaste. Jai Shivai. Let's talk about two paths of walking your spiritual journey. These are the two paths which have been divided, or you can say suggested to us, created for us, laid down for us by the ancient rishis and yogis of ancient India. Okay, so the two paths that we segregate, first one is Pravritti Marg or Pravritti Marg. Okay, and another one is Nivritti Marg. Pravritti Marg is the path where a person or a seeker is living the worldly life. They may have a wife or a husband or a spouse, lover, partner. They have a house to live in, either their parents' house or their partner's house or their own house, whatever means the dwelling inside the house. So you're living inside the house, and then you may be working as doctor, engineer, scientist, IT person, whatever, and you are walking your spiritual journey. So when you have all kinds of relationships in the world, professional relationships, personal relationships, everything you have going on, and along with that, you are walking your spiritual journey. So that is what is referred to as Pravritti Marg, means being a seeker, walking your spiritual journey while maintaining all the things around you in the world. Relationships, your job, your way of earning, and this and that, and everything is going on. And then you are walking your spiritual journey. So that is called as Pravritti Marg. Initially, in ancient traditions, this wasn't considered a path at all. Why? Because there are so many temptations, right? That you can get into so many relationships, and you can do bad karma as a result. You can create new karma as a result out of your ignorance and this and that. So this wasn't considered the path at all, especially for the people, those who had a very high degree of dispassion, or you can say a very high degree of vairagya within. So this wasn't considered a path for such people. This is exactly how, somebody who may be very intelligent right from the childhood, and they may want to study directly the university course or some higher level stuff, and then we are asking them to go to 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, and so on, and then someday be of 16, 17, 18 years and then go to the university. Right? That is the path for maximum people. But then there are some highly intelligent ones who can do the university course or any kind of course right when they are 10 or 12 years of age, and there are many such examples. So exactly in the same way, Pravritti Marg, or the path of the worldly life, being a seeker while living the worldly life, was not a path at all. So that is why another tradition, another another path was born out of it, out of the need that there are so many dispassionate people. The consciousness was very high. So many atmas, so many souls took human life just to pursue their spiritual journey, and they had nothing to do with family, relationships, or this or that, and earning money and all that. So they were ready to renounce everything and then pursue their spiritual journey just with one pointed focus on it. So for such kind of people, there was the path of total renunciation, path of sannyasa, official renunciation that we call. Okay, so that sannyasa tradition, or you can say Nivritti Marg, by leaving everything, by renouncing everything, they need to walk their journey that way. So that path was called as a Nivritti Marg, or the Marg of Sannyasa tradition. So that is how Sannyasa tradition was born. Now, Even in the life of a seeker, whether they are a worldly seeker and living a worldly life, there comes a time when sooner or later they have to renounce. And they may not renounce everything from the practical life, but the identities within, the vairagya has to complete, the dispassion within has to complete, and everything has to be renounced from your mind. Every identity must be deleted in your chitta, in the warehouse of your psychological patterns. Everything has to be renounced. There comes a time like that. Exactly in the same way, those who are walking the official renunciate path, there comes a time when nothing is there within them. So that is how their sadhana and their stuff progresses. And then there are many levels. And on the worldly side, you can say, for the worldly seeker, you can say, the Pravritti Marg seekers, those seekers can go on developing, cultivating vairagya within, dispassion within from all the worldly things, all the worldly life, the relationships, everything. And they can go on looking into their chittavrittis. Chittavrittis means psychological patterns that you have got. What kind of psychological patterns? You can watch the Yoga Darshan application series on my English channel, and you can understand what kind of seeds of bad psychological patterns we have got. So in general, there are 5 of them. First one is spiritual ignorance. Second one is asmita, means identities. Third one is raga, means attachments roughly. Dvesha means aversions roughly. And last one is fear or resistance from change, resistance to change, and that is called as abhinivesha. So all these kind of, seeds are there, bad seeds are there. So you have to look into the complexities of all these seeds, and that way you can go on walking your spiritual journey. While those who live on the sannyasa tradition, sannyasa or the total renunciate, those who live on that side, or those who follow the Nivritti Marg, those people, those kind of seekers, they also have to cultivate dispassion sooner or later. They also have to go on cultivating vairagya. Dispassion means vairagya. So they also have to go on cultivating that. Other than that, they can also look into their vrittis and stuff. But other than that, they also have got one more bigger responsibility, which worldly seekers do not have. And what is that responsibility? That responsibility is to translate, write commentaries on all kinds of Sanskrit, Vedas, Upanishads, and Darshan Shastra, all kinds of scriptures. They will go on studying them in detail. They'll go on studying Sanskrit in very detail. And they'll go on writing commentaries. They have the responsibility of teaching their junior sannyasis, junior seekers, those who are still still new to the path. They will also go on passing on all that knowledge, all that wisdom to the worldly seekers. So this is also one of the responsibility of those who are on the sannyasa side, a sannyasa tradition side, or you can say nivritti path. So those who are on the nivritti path, they will go on doing all that stuff. And the teachings of dharma and adharma, all those teachings, they'll go on translating and commenting, writing a commentary on, and they are the keepers of wisdom, which worldly people are not. Worldly seekers are not the keepers of wisdom at all. Rarely worldly seekers will write a commentary on any original Sanskrit text. They do not write that. They can write books. I'm not saying all the worldly gurus that you see, all the gurus that you see have come from the worldly side. They do not. They have written books, but they have never written official commentary, original translation from the Sanskrit directly, because they may or may not even be Sanskrit, well versed in Sanskrit either, because they haven't studied all that. Their path wasn't like that. Why? They were busy in what? Earning money, running their household, managing and maintaining professional relationships, managing and maintaining all kinds of personal relationships and everything. So they were walking the path while being busy in the world. Now, we cannot say that one side is better than the other. No. Why? It is very, very important to have the worldly seekers, to have this world, to have normal people in the world. It is very important. Why? Because you see, even the sannyasa tradition people, the people, those who walk the total renunciate path or the Nivritti Marg, even those people have to wear the clothes. They may not be stitched, or they may not be, carefully crafted ones. Still, they need the cloth, right? To wear something, to cover their body. Even if it's a loin cloth, it's needed. So somebody has to run the textile mill, right? Somebody has to go through the distribution of all kinds of cloth and textile, and somebody has to color it according to the color they are looking for, and whatever they are eating. Every sannyasa tradition person is eating. Somebody is doing some agriculture, some distribution of all that, right? So we cannot say that one path is better than the other. We cannot compare like that. And we cannot either say that, oh no, worldly people are all bhogi kind of, experiencer, knower kind of people, and they are just bullshitting. No. It was this human birth, this human creation, this human life has been given to us for both Bhog and Moksha, Bhog and Yoga, Bhoga and Yoga. Okay, it is for both of the things, because and in order to do that, many people are living the worldly life, and there is no harm in that. Someday some Atmas will get up and will wake up and have enough vairagya, dispassion within to start walking their spiritual journey. So there's nothing wrong about it. This world is for Bhoga and Yoga both. And both are the kind of people who must be respected, and they should be let on living their life if they wish to do that. Okay, you cannot force the person to join this path or that path or tradition. No force here is required. Exactly in the same way, the worldly seekers or the seekers on the Pravritti Marg should not think, oh, what this total renunciation is. These people just never work and they just eat on society, eat what we grow, wear what we, the textile mill that we run, and whatever we do, they are just there. They never earn. They just keep on wandering here and there. No, I'm sorry. Whatever wisdom is coming to you while living in the world, it's the wisdom that they have preserved. It's the wisdom that they have cultivated by translating the scriptures, by writing the commentary on scriptures, by understanding Sanskrit, by studying Sanskrit and spending. It takes approximately 8 to 10 years to study Sanskrit properly. It's not a joke. It's not a small thing at all. So never think they are the wisdom keepers. So whatever wisdom today you are applying in your life, somebody has preserved it since so long. You can see that how many civilizations in the world, the Mayan culture, the Aztec culture, the Celtic civilization, and I don't know how many civilization, Greek civilization, this civilization, that civilization. All the civilizations were destroyed after some time in one way or the other because of one reason or the other. The only reason Vedic civilization, or these days people call it Hindu civilization. It's not a Hindu civilization, it's a Sanatana civilization, or in true sense you can call it Vedic civilization. All that culture, all that civilization has been preserved. The scriptures, original Sanskrit scriptures are preserved. All that wisdom is preserved. But because of whom? Worldly people? No, they were busy running the world. They were busy with their worldly relationships and their personal relationship, professional relationship, earning the money, running the factory or a business or something or this thing or that thing. They had no time to preserve the wisdom. But because of these people, those who are from the sannyasa tradition, from the total renunciate tradition. They are the wisdom keepers. It is because of them the civilization has been saved. It is because of them, because the Vedic culture and the true knowledge and the wisdom that we receive, that is saved. So never one side should not think about whether that side is good or this side is bad and like that. Never compare anything or anybody like that at all. Both are required equally. Both are supporting each other equally. In ancient times, even whether there was a businessman or whether there was a king or a queen of some kingdom, they all went to spiritual gurus, rishis, munis. They all went to the spiritual gurus. Why? Just to take the guidance of how to run the kingdom, how to do the duties and fulfill all their duties and all, do the karma according to the dharma, according to the righteousness, whatever was right. So they all went there to get the wisdom from the spiritual gurus from time to time, whether they were king or queen or whatever they were. And even till date, the great leaders actually look towards spiritual gurus and stuff. So both sides are needed, both sides are important. Now, a lot of people ask me if I can give them sannyasa Deeksha or initiate them into the path of traditional sannyasi, total renunciate path. If I can give them a renunciation, and for that I always tell them that, see, I live in Australia. Okay, path of a total renunciate means it requires a certain kind of a culture. It requires a certain kind of acceptability in the society, which countries like Australia, countries like America or Europe, they do not have that. You think you can go on asking for alms from door to door in Australia? No, people will call police. Right? In America, you can just wander around in any type of clothes or even naked and you will not be jailed. Sorry, you will be jailed for that. You cannot do that. So a lot of things will have to cut down from traditional sannyasa path, total renunciate path. We have to cut down a lot of traditional things, and then it will become more like, tailored or contemporary version of sannyasa, which is not sannyasa as if I look at it. It's not sannyasa then at all. So that is why I ask people to go and look for, there is a Dashanami Sampradaya, means 10 type of sannyasas, 10 type of different types of ashrams are there in east, west, north, south of India, and they can go to one of those Dashanami ashram and they can see which sannyasa tradition is going to be better or the best for them. And accordingly, they can join that ashram, they can take initiation there, they will get a complete environment, supported environment there. They'll have an ashram to live on till the time they are young or something, and they will have a society like that where you can go and ask for alms and you will be given food, you will be given shelter. There are thousands and thousands of ashrams and temples in India where no matter what time you go, you will get food and you will get a shelter, a roof on your head for the night if you want to, or more if you want to, not just the night. If you want to spend 20-21 days there, or a month or 2 months or few months there, you can easily get all that in India. It is not possible at all to live that kind of a traditional sannyasi, traditional total renunciate kind of a life in any country outside India. It's very difficult. It is how it used to be even in Tibet. Tibetan monks are like that too. So you could be a monk there too, but nowadays even that is a dangerous thing to do. Now that Tibet has been occupied by China, since it has been occupied by China, a lot of monks have been killed, and even that culture, that tradition is alive only in the Dharmshala or in the place where Dalai Lama is in India. Okay, so even that tradition, and exactly in the similar way, so many other cultures and traditions were there which had monks and so many different sects and paths of monks and ashrams and related stuff. But all that has been killed from outside. And if it is alive, it may be alive in India, but outside India, it's very difficult to, that people won't judge you or don't look at you in a weird way, they will not call the police or get alarmed or, in some way, they are not, feel weird about it. So you cannot live a life like a total renunciate here outside India. So that is why I suggest people, those who are looking for it, they should go to India. Now, another thing is, if those of you who are between 16 to 25 years of age, they should at least stay at home for some time, till the time you are 25, 26, 27. So, try to stay at home, be with your parents and stuff, and see if which tradition you want to go to. It's not going to be an easy path. No path is easy, whether you are a worldly seeker, a Pravritti mark seeker, or you are a total renunciate and a Nivritti mark seeker. No path is going to be easy. Easy in terms of world is not going to let you live either way. So it's a fight. It's a fight on both sides. Those who walk the spiritual journey in the world, their spouse, their parents, everybody around them will go on asking, what is wrong with you? What is wrong about you? Why are you not, marrying somebody? Why are you not indulging into the world? Why are you not coming to this party or that get together? So it's not easy on the worldly side, and only by trying to run or trying to somehow getting to agree with your parents or your spouse or somebody, you can actually take a total renunciate path. In India, even today, every year, somewhere around 650,000 people take official renunciation. And some are actually kids. A lot of kids actually take that, because a lot of families in India do believe that somebody should be a sannyasi in their house. One child should always be a sannyasi. Or in India, when one of the son or a daughter grows up, they go and they become a total renunciate, while all the others run the family and the house and the business and this and that, and look into the worldly aspect of the house. So it's possible only in India. So look into which side you are walking. You need to question yourself, which side you want to walk. You want to be a worldly seeker? Fine, live in the world and then go on seeking. But if you want to be a total renunciate, then be on that side. There is no in-between path. Okay? And another thing very important is, if you are a completely dispassionate person, a complete vairagi, then it does not matter which side you are on. Because for a vairagi, it does not matter whether his or her body is living in the house among all kinds of relationships and this and that, or whether that person's body is on the Himalayas and doing tapasya there alone in the cave by being a total renunciate. So these two paths, choice of these two paths, there is no choice, no need to make that choice if you are a total renunciate. Sorry, if you are a total dispassionate, a totally, completely vairagi person, then it does not matter to you. This question comes to only those people, those who are still cultivating the vairagi, those who are not there yet, those who are still afraid that if I get into relationships, then I may create raga, attachments, I may form aversions, I may get into all kinds of bad karma and this and that, and I may create a lot of new karma as well. So those who are afraid like that, those who know that they have a high chance of getting really, really attached to somebody or something in the world, they should walk the total renunciate path. So this question, this knowledge, everything, this video is not for those who are purna vairagis, those who are completely dispassionate. Okay, and those who have have enough wisdom to know that they cannot create a strong raga from anybody whatsoever. They cannot create strong aversions. They do not have that ability to do so. Vairagi means the one who is without raga, without attachment, aversion, and fears or resistance to change. So anybody in whom those three starting lower level of chittavrittis or psychological patterns do not exist, this video is not for them. Those who have already reached there. So this is the question for those who are still playing the games of attachments, aversions, fears, and resistance to fear. Those who face all of these things, this video is for them, and this video is for you to decide clearly which path you want to walk, which side you want to be on. You may face difficulties on both sides regardless, so there's no doubt about it. So you have to stand up for yourself and you have to decide accordingly. Okay? Namaste. Jai Shiva.